How do you deal with the rising fake guru culture here in India? This video, I'm actually going to be revealing to you the 10 differences between fake gurus and true mentors. And there's been some videos going around in this, and I wanted to just clarify this because I'm also somebody who's actually helping a lot of people become online teachers, online mentors. But I want to clear the air and make everyone understand that there is a clear difference between these two. Okay? The fake gurus are those people who want to really proclaim themselves. They want to start just selling things just with the pure intent of making money. Whereas you have another category of mentors and influencers who are truly there to add value to people's lives and to really help them get the result what they're looking for in all the different dimensions of life that there is. So in this particular video, I'm going to be breaking the ice, and I'm going to be giving you the hard truths, straight truths on the difference between these two to address the main issue that many people will be facing right now in India, which is how do you differentiate between fake gurus and how do you differentiate between the real mentors. Okay, so please take notes. I'm going to go into this in depth, and I want you to understand this from a very, very holistic point of view here. Okay, and the reason I'm doing this video is for two reasons. One is to set the standards really high for people who are planning to get into this game of coaching and teaching online and consulting, because this is a booming industry right now. So I want to set the standards really high. And the other reason is I also want to address the people who are in the mode of being pessimistic. Okay. Now, while this is actually growing, while the education industry is actually growing, you cannot be in that mindset of looking at everything as a negative thing, because there is a huge positive angle to this game, because the entire culture of this country and this nation is moving towards a learning culture. And whenever there's a learning culture, there's also going to be a lot of growth that's going to be happening. And it just depends on in who are you going to be learning from, and in what way are you going to learn from them, and whether it's really going to benefit you or not. So this video is going to be one of the most important videos where you'll be able to differentiate between those people who are just con artists and those people who truly are adding value to this world. Okay, so I want to share with you like a few concepts. As usual, I love to do mind maps, and I'm going to go in depth in this. I'm going to share with you three principles or three concepts. And I'll be doing like a differentiation between, I'm going to give you 10 differences between fake gurus and real mentors. And I'll give you 6 final thoughts where, it's going to plant in that seed or the idea on in which direction you want to take this forward. Okay. So the first concept I want to tell you is that the knowledge economy is rising. There's no doubts about it. E-learning as an industry is going to become a $325-350 billion industry by 2025. Especially after coronavirus, the COVID-19 situation, everything is moving online. Everyone is doing webinars. Everyone is doing teaching online. Schools are moving online. Education institutions are moving online. The traditional institutions are going bankrupt because students are not going to go to colleges, and why would they want to pay money to just learn on Zoom? See, there are a lot of fundamental shifts happening in the education system, and the COVID-19 is one of those events in the history of humanity which is clearly bringing about the change in the whole education system itself. So which means to say that you are going to see a rise of the knowledge economy. You are going to see more people teaching online. You're going to be seeing the rise of many educators online, and that's actually a very good thing. But here is the second concept. When quantities increase, quality can decrease as well. Okay, just look at it. So many people wanted to become MBAs. In the initial batch, yes, MBA was valued, but now if I throw a stone on the street, it will fall on an MBA. Nothing wrong with being an MBA, but there are many people who it became into a quantity game, and it started to lose the quality, and even the courses and the institutions that were teaching MBA also started to go down. So this is the transitionary phase of our industry right now, where while it is growing, it's also going to give rise to a lot of substandard information, which is not world class. Okay, and for me the standard is world class. It has to be world class. And what do I mean by world class? It's not just about speaking English. Some people ask me, Sid, why don't you do courses in Hindi? I'm sorry, if I do it in Hindi, it'll be like a big comedy show. I can't do that. Okay, my market is in English, and that's great. If you're in English, you're able to connect with me. But the point here is that when quantities increase, quality also decreases, and quality does not just quality has a lot to do with the way that you're able to present information. You can present information in whatever language that you want, but if you're able to give a great experience for your students, which you have depth in the knowledge, which can help those students get results in whatever topic that you're expert in, that's what matters. Okay, it is not the high-tech video and all the which camera you're using, and what kind of backgrounds you have, A roll, B roll, all that stuff, that's all secondary here. I'm talking here straight point shooter style. Okay, so which means that this industry, we need to start thinking it's time for a cleanup. A cleanup is happening right now. And in any industry, when you see when the qualities are going down and the quantity is increasing, it will automatically take its course correction, and people will be able to differentiate between those mentors who they find truly valuable and those who they can clearly see through, okay, this person is just just trying to make some money, okay, just trying to sell something substandard. And the third concept I want to mention is there are two kinds of people that you will see in this world. You have a bee and a fly. A fly personality is somebody where everything is good, everything is looking good, like a fly in a beautiful park where there's a lot of flowers and a lot of beautiful things. This fly will go and just sit on the poop. It'll go and sit on the most disgusting thing over there. Okay, and you have a second category of people who's like the bee. The bee, in spite of things being wrong, in spite of like a bee, even if it's in a junkyard, even though there's so much of junk, it'll go to that flower pot which is there, and it'll go and take nectar from that flower. So you need to look at, when I'm speaking this video, I know there are some people who will be in that fly attitude, and some people are in the bee attitude. And I'm here talking, if you're watching this video, I know pretty sure that you are in the bee mindset, because in spite of the situation, being not correct, you can take the best out of every situation. And the other thing is, you can position yourself in a way by which you can be a true leader, a true mentor to your audience, and not just be a fake guru. Okay. And when I say fake guru, some people overhype this and they just make it seem like they're really, really, right in what they're saying. But in true essence, they might have not gone into depth to understanding what that person is all about. Okay. And here in this particular video, I am going to be differentiating between these two, categories of people. So it becomes very clear, evident on the face, and what is the differentiation between these two. Okay, let's start with the first one. Fake gurus, if you look at it, they are mostly driven by fame. And when you see, I don't want to pick out any names over here, because, this is not that kind of a video where I want to bash anyone down, because that's not the purpose. The purpose is to give clarity. Okay, those who are driven by fame, where they want to project themselves to be number one. Now there is some element that has to be looked over there. Okay, but people who are real mentors, they are driven by adding value. One is driven by fame. They want to be number one. They want to be visible. They want to be the celebrity. Whereas here we are looking at somebody who really wants to add value. Somebody who wants to really create an impact in the marketplace. The second difference you'll see is the fake gurus, usually their marketing is very flashy and overhyped to cater to that segment of society that gets allured by that kind of marketing. And it's purely charisma driven. They're all charismatic. Okay, they show all kinds of stuff, getting out of great cars, being the 5-star hotel, and showing jet planes, all that stuff. Okay, now if you look at the true mentors, I mean, their marketing is raw and real marketing, which is purely content driven. They may not have even the charisma, but when people listen to their content in the videos, they're able to connect with that. The third you would see is fake gurus are usually not congruent in their messaging. Yeah, they may be living a different life compared to what they actually say or what they actually project to the online world. And if you look at the real mentors, they're very consistent in their message. It never keeps changing from time to time. They're very consistent. So there's a difference between congruence and not being congruent, and consistency and not being consistent. And you'll be able to see through. So fake gurus, you'll be able to see that they keep changing their niches to suit their pocket. They're all trend riders. Okay, whatever is the hottest trend right now, they will start to speak more about that. Okay, whatever is the hottest thing, and they will start to build a business model around that. Whichever is the hottest, it's like, and they keep changing from time to time. Okay, but if you look at the true mentors, what they do is they are focused on their niche, and they are focused on their niche to serve the market, not to suit the pocket, but to serve the market, and they are problem solvers. Yes, trends is a part of the game, but the bigger part of the game is what problem are they trying to solve, and the bigger the problem that they solve, the bigger the money that they can make. Okay, so that's the difference. If you look at number 5, fake gurus, they use negative tactics to bash down competition, because they have a very scarcity mindset. They feel it's like a zero-sum game where there's no room for everyone. There's only room for 1 or 2 people. And they start using words like, I'm the number one ... mentor in my space, or I'm the number one dash 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 coach in this space. I mean, why number one? Never say that. Okay. Whereas if you look at the true mentors, I mean, they use positive methods to uplift their audience, and they're always in a mindset of abundance where there's always room for everyone. There's room for all. And there are actually those 5 niches, either you're into business growth or career growth or health and wellness or relationships, or it could be in the make money niche. Whatever niche that you pick, there's room for everyone. And the key here is to go narrow. Because if you're just another affiliate marketer, if you're just another business coach, if you're just another health coach, if you're just another nutrition expert, if you're just another relationship expert, you're going to be in the red ocean. You see it, right? You're going to be dealing with the sharks. But the narrower you go, the narrower the positioning, you'll be in a blue ocean, and the blue ocean is a place where there's no competition. Okay, you have a unique positioning for yourself. Okay, does this make sense? All of you just type "make sense" in the comment box. Number 6 is the fake gurus. They're only good at communication, but they have very surface level knowledge. They're good at presenting knowledge. They're good at communication skills, and they can take anything, they can learn anything very fast, and they can really package it, and they can communicate well. They're good communicators. You would see some of them. But if you see true mentors, they are not only good communicators, but they're excellent at execution. They have depth in knowledge. If they say something, it is not something that they have just watched some video and they're saying. They're actually doing what they're saying. There are 3 elements to this golden triangle. This is a golden triangle of success, is to learn, do, and teach. Those people who only learn and teach, I would put them into the category of the fake guru. Because if you just learn and teach, but without the doing part, what is the use? And those people who are able to learn, do, and teach at the same time, they are the true mentors, because they are able to say something or share their experience based on the implementation that they've had, not just based on copying, pasting content from all over the place. Okay. Number 7, if you see the fake gurus, they use funnels to con customers. Yeah. And funnels are actually very powerful. When I say funnels, like they'll have a basic product, an intermediate product, a level 3 product, a level 4 product. And for them, selling is more for their own self-interest, how they can maximize their numbers, how they can maximize their profits, where every single sale is just a number. They don't look at them as a person on the other side. Their customer is just a number on their Excel sheet. And they use funnels to con customers. And if you look at real mentors, they use funnels to drive customers through a value ladder. Because funnels are extremely powerful. It does not mean that funnels are bad. Funnels are filters which help you, progress your students into different levels and stages. Just like how when you go and study in a college or university, can you ask the university to just give you all the classes in one go? You have to go through first standard and second standard and third standard. If you're doing engineering, you have to first finish first semester, second semester, third semester, fourth semester. That is also a funnel if you look at it. And every year, some people will drop out. Some people fail in first semester. They have to repeat that year. So in an education business, it is very important to have funnels. You cannot say funnels are wrong, but funnels are filters to help the students go through a value ladder and to go through a journey. And people who are real mentors, for them, selling is a form of service. Because when they are able to add value to people, when people pay money, they pay attention. When they pay attention, they take action. When they take action, they get results. So true mentors who have substance, they are the ones who use sales as a form of service where they can actually help their students progress on that journey. It may seem very similar, but there is a thin line. And people who can see through the marketing, who can see through the stuff, will be able to identify that. Because intention is everything. People can see through your intentions. Number 8 is this. The fake gurus, they think that they know it all. And usually they don't learn. They don't have mentors themselves. Once they've established some kind of influence in the marketplace, it's like, yes, I'm the one. Okay, the spotlight is on them. Whereas if you look at real mentors, they continue to have mentors. And they're constantly learning and they're constantly investing in themselves. They also are investing in programs. They are also upgrading their knowledge. Okay. And there's also a congruence over here. It's a very important principle here. Like if you as an educator, if you are not willing to invest in your own knowledge, how can you expect your students to invest in you? There has to be a congruence over there. Okay. Now, number 9 is this. The fake gurus, they only show their own results. The only results to show is their own marketing. And they can show all kinds of numbers. Yeah, I've made so much of money, this flash. Okay. but that's the only results that they have to show, which is their own marketing, because they are very good at communication, they're really good at marketing. But if you look at the real mentors, they have tons of results oriented case studies of their students. I'll repeat this. They have tons of, the buzzword is results oriented, not just a case study saying, oh, I bought the course and it was a very nice course, or oh, I attended this training program, it was a very nice training program. No. Results oriented is, yes, I went through this course, I implemented the results, and this is how much money I've made, or this is how I've grown this is how I became more healthy, this is how I've grown my business, this is how I've changed my relationships. So true mentors, their spotlight is not on them. In fact, they won't even share their results openly. And if you look at the true mentors, the spotlight is always on generating results for their students. That's a clear difference you will be able to see. And number 10 is, if you see that fake gurus are usually short-term vision. That means always the me first attitude. If I do this and if I can get an instant result, if it can benefit me first, I'm going to make that decision right now. But thanks to my mentors, I was able to get a very important principle here to have a long-term vision. Is one of my mentors, Blair Singer, he says, mission first, community second, and me third. If this is the order of your priority of decision making in your knowledge-based business, you can never go wrong. Because if your mission is always on the top and you are the last priority in your business, you'll see a whole different paradigm shift. So here are the 10 differences between fake gurus and real mentors. By the way, if this really made sense to you, I would like you to hit the share button, and I would like you to also tag somebody who you know is in the knowledge business, and let them watch this. Whether you're watching this on my fan page or my YouTube channel or wherever, I want you to share this with someone. And I want to wrap this up with 6 final thoughts. And this is to sum up, to really substantiate on this particular topic. The first thought I want to mention is, you are born to lead. All of us as humans, we are born to lead. Okay? And it is your duty to lead. It does not matter how many followers you have. It does not matter how many students you have. But each and every one of you are an expert in some area or the other. And even if you're able to help 5, 6, 7, 10, 20, 100, 200, 300, 500, 1,000 people, it does not matter what number it is your duty to lead. Because once you are in a position of leadership, you will automatically start following things what you say. Or in other words, when you put yourself in a position of leadership, your responsibility to lead, to live what you say becomes even higher, becomes even more important. So please be a leader. Don't just watch messages that that pull you down and then you just give up. You are born to lead, so step into that power. 2 is, your depth of content will beat your width of knowledge. It is not how much you know, it is how deep that you go. And the other important thing is, the deeper you go, the more potent your knowledge will be to help somebody get a result. Okay? So it is not about how many topics that you know. You keep jumping from one topic to, it's like picking that one thing and going deep and developing a formula that can solve a problem. And now that's a real mentor. Fake gurus, like, they'll take bits and pieces like a khichdi of everything that is there. Number 3 is this. You've got to be unique. You cannot be a cut, copy, paste, copycat. In fact, I did a podcast on this. You can just go and type copycat syndrome, Siddharth Rajshekhar, and you'll find my blog post. And I want you to go and listen to that, because that is also a big problem in the industry right now, where everyone is trying to copy each other, and they're not developing something unique of their own. When I say unique positioning, unique designation, unique formulas, where it is fresh for your audience, even though it may be the same topic, but you use new words, use new way to present your information, bringing out your own unique flavor. Each one has a unique flavor of presenting their knowledge and information. Number 4 is, build your own personal brand. When I say personal brand, lead with value, have your own blog, start doing podcasts, start doing videos, establish a YouTube channel, have those basic checkpoints in place. Because once you start building your personal brand, then you can connect it to your other brand. So some people, they prefer doing their personal brand name. They would go with their name. Some people would go with a brand name. Okay. Like we have Khan Academy, which is one of the leading, educators in the world, who's teaching, his YouTube channel is huge. There are so many other educators that have come on this space, where even though they built a brand around their name, and there are some cases like Udemy and all these different platforms, it's a brand. Udemy is just a platform. Okay, but if you ask me, always good to build your own platform. Like I'm using a platform called teachable.com where people can, I can customize it to what I want. I can add my own courses to it. I can, put whatever pricing, and I built my own community. It's building your own well. I want to tell all of you, start building your own well. In fact, I don't have any of my courses on Udemy, Coursera, all these different public domain platforms, because ultimately anyone who's creating a platform or a public domain, based approach, again, there's a self-interest for themselves. Okay. Like they want to have the numbers, they're playing the valuation, the number game. But I've noticed when you build your own platform with open source tools like either Teachable or Thinkific or Podia, and there are many other platforms, you'll have better control over your own products. And you'll be able to really nurture your audience based on what the audience wants. And you'll have, you'll be able to really control your community on a much better level. And when I say control, I say getting the right feedback from them and actually helping them get the results. Number 5 is aim for mastery in your topic. Don't just give shallow information. You need to be hands-on in your topic. You cannot just be teaching. You have to be doing the doing part, and mastery comes by you doing more and more and more and more and more. Okay. And finally, number 6, I want to sign off by saying that when you build and nurture communities, there's a science to nurturing communities. It changes the whole paradigm. This is not a game of just selling products. In fact, my relationship with my customers begin at the point of sale. Most people, they just like to sell products and they just forget about the customer. Okay. So look at weekly masterminds, look at daily meetups that you can do, look at how you can do monthly, activation sessions and action oriented sessions, and when you gamify the whole thing. Like I have a whole gamification model in my system where if people achieve if they're able to complete the tasks, I give them the recognition. Okay. So people need to be rewarded. They need to be recognized for the actions that they do. So you can gamify and make the whole thing. That's part of community building. So what I'm here to share with you here is this, just to sum up, based on whatever I've shared with you, is that this game is constantly evolving. Okay. Yes, there is a rise of the fake guru culture in India, but I wanted to record this video basically to really set the tone that while this industry is growing, let us also do it in the right way. Let us course correct ourselves so that each one of us are able to build something that's truly valuable for the marketplace, number 1, and 2 is that we are also able to serve the students who are coming into our community here. And even if you as a student, and if you're looking to to pick up courses or to be a part of communities and join other programs, please go and do that by all means. Because if you're not learning, you're dying. You're not growing. If you're not growing, you're dying. Okay, it's a quote by T. Harv Eker. You've got to always keep learning. You need to be in the mindset of lifelong learning. And in some cases, I'll tell you in my case, there was a point in my life where I was only investing in my learning, and I was not able to see the results. In fact, I had swiped all my cards and everything for my learning journey, and it was like the growth of a bamboo tree. A bamboo tree, for a very long time, you will not see you'll not see anything growing on the top. And for a long time, the roots are growing deep and going under. But once the bamboo tree starts to grow above the ground, it grows like some 10 times faster than any other plant that any other tree that you would have seen. That is how the bamboo tree is. So even in your learning journey, if you're constantly learning, and sometimes you'll experience this, that you're learning, you're investing in yourself, investing in courses, but some things you're not able to visibly see the results. You know what? Be persistent on learning, because one day what will happen is, as your roots are getting stronger, and when you're actually ready, when you start to build something of your own, the growth will happen so fast that you can never ever imagine. Exactly, that is how the last 2 years has been for me, because of the 5 to 6 years of grinding before this, and being in that environment of learning. Now, for some of you, it may take much faster time. Okay, that was my journey. Each one of your journey is unique. So I want all of you to understand that the purpose of me recording this video is to really set the record straight that learning is the most important thing in this world. And if you are able to choose the right mentors based on the differences that I gave, and if you're able to see through, and also if you're able to understand what persona are you a bee or are you a fly? Okay, don't be a pessimistic person. By the way, those people who are fly mentality, they will find their own tribe. So their vibe will attract their tribe. Those people who are bee mentality, they will attract bees. So there's room for, again, everyone in this world. So I'm just here to tell you that keep learning, keep growing, invest in yourself, invest in your own education, and build something that's truly valuable and credible for your marketplace, because the current education system is getting reformed, and you stepping into this mode of becoming an online leader a digital leader, even online, offline, does not matter. You becoming a teacher, you stepping into that mode of helping people with your knowledge, that's the best service that you can do to humanity. And today we are living in a digital world where leverage can be huge. Okay, so don't let scenarios or situations in your life pull you down. In other words, step into your power and make things happen for yourself, because you, one person, can make a difference in this world. Thank you so much. Cheers and God bless. Bye-bye.